Welcome back to the 6th Gear Garage. Today we are taking a look at the latest and greatest diesel heater by Vevor. First, let's see everything that comes in the box. First, let's unwrap this. This is a 120 volt power supply that didn't come with the older models. This way, you can plug into a wall outlet if you don't want to use the 12 volt adapter. So now you have the option of a 12 volt battery for outdoors or an outlet if you're in a garage. Some clamps, an exhaust pipe, and a heat shield for the exhaust pipe. First, let's bend this straight, and then this goes in here. Here's the muffler. This just screws on to the end like this. Although, I think I'll put the clamp on first. And tighten. And same thing down here. Make some room here. And this whole pipe screws on like this. This is the ductwork for the hot air. And we have fittings for both ends of that. Flip this back around to the front. This is a quick release. So it just clicks on like that. And the hose screws right into this quick release. Oh, actually counterclockwise tightens it. Now we can direct the heat. And here's the fitting for the other end. Also counterclockwise to tighten. And then this vent cover snaps onto the fitting. And there are 2 rubber feet to install on the underside of the tank. And this is going to make it nice and stable. Vevor also gives you this collapsible funnel to help prevent fuel spillage. Actually, pretty smart that they kept size and portability in mind. This is the carbon monoxide detector, and you can see it has these 3 screws. So you could detach it and use this extension harness, and that'll allow you to mount it up on a wall of your camper or cabin. This opens up, so let's have a look inside. Pretty much everything is contained in this black box. Just some wiring, exhaust, is that the filter? And a big old plug. Here's how the exhaust exits on the bottom. All right, it's next morning. It's kind of chilly out, and I've got some diesel here. Let's fill this up and give it a try. So if you're in the market for one of these diesel heaters, you may be going to use it to take the chill out of your garage or your workshop for the winter, which is my plan, so I can finish that. Or perhaps you might use it for camping, which I also plan on doing. Or maybe if you're a hunter, you're going to use it and hook it up in your deer stand to stay warm. One of the really nice features is that it comes with a 120 power converter, so you can plug this right into your outlet in your shop. But if you are outside in the wilderness and there's no outlet around, they also supply a 12 volt power wire, which you can hook up to your vehicle. And we're gonna test that out with a battery. Not a vehicle battery, I grabbed this out of one of the 4-wheelers, but I also have a power pack. And I did check the specs on this power pack, and it doesn't put out quite enough power. You can see it doesn't even have a 3-prong plug on it. So you need something a little bit beefier than this if you want to run this off of a power pack. And here's why. When it's just started up, the current is relatively high. So an adapter with a voltage of 12 to 24 volts and a current of 12 amps or greater is required for the power supply. And I know this is going to work, but I'm curious how this is going to work when I'm out in the wilderness where there is no power outlet. So let's try the battery. An important note, you want to make sure this exhaust is straight and unrestricted. And I can get this started by holding down the power button for 3 seconds, or it also comes with a remote. 1, 2, 3. And it takes a couple of minutes for the startup procedure and before it actually starts to blow out some heat. All right, the pump just started kicking there. And now it's coming to life. All right, it's been going for about a minute and a half now. And I've got my thermal imaging camera out, and you can see minimum 36 degrees, which is the concrete pad here. And maximum, we have 200 and 300 plus degrees now at the source of the heat. And it's still climbing. I've got it cranked all the way up to 10, the highest setting, and we'll see how warm this gets. While that's warming up, here's my old heater. It's propane, so there's the big tank attached to it. It's super loud. I can't even film in the garage with it running. And that's if I can get it to stay on. And then it randomly shuts off. I'm not gonna miss this thing. And if noise is a concern, here is a decibel meter. We're gonna do a test. I'm just outside here, away from the house. And you can see when I'm not talking, we're upper 40s. Now let's go stand 6 feet from the heater. So about 62, 63 decibels from the rear. And the same from the front. All right, I've had this heater running for about 8 minutes now, and let's check our temps. We're in about the 330 to 340 range at the heat source. And there's the exhaust. That looks kind of cool. 350 degrees on the exhaust. I was at first concerned about that knocking I heard from the pump when the unit was cold. And once it gets up to temps, that knocking noise from the pump is pretty much inaudible. So right now we're on 10. And if you push this twice, it'll switch over to the actual temperature. So we can go all the way up to 97, or we can go down as low as 46. Or you can go back to just a 1 through 10 power setting. So we'll turn it down low and see how quiet it gets. So it's been a few minutes, turned on the low setting, and it's had time to cool down a little bit. And now we are at 267, 270 degrees at the heat source. Overall, the unit's a lot more quiet now because of the lower speed of the fan. About 53, 55 decibels. But you can hear the knocking sound of the pump more. So when it comes to shutting this unit down, you never absolutely ever want to just disconnect it from the power. You want to hold the button down for 3 seconds. And then it's going to go through a cool down procedure, and then it'll turn off all by itself. You hear the pump stopped. And the nice thing about a diesel heater is that it's clean, dry heat. It's not going to cause any issues with moisture or condensation in an enclosed area. And the fan's kicked up a notch here, I assume, to cool down the heating elements before it shuts off. And if you're interested in one of these units, I'll put an affiliate link down in the description. You'll be helping the channel grow if you choose to use that link. And I'll also put down there an additional discount code for you to save you a little bit of extra money. And the fan's slowed down here. I think we're almost done. As far as how long this will run on a full tank of fuel, they say a full tank of diesel here will get you 8 to 10 hours of heat. And of course, a lot of that's probably going to depend on your application, how well it's insulated and whatnot.